Pitchfork gave this album a 10. It's gonna be a crazy review, I guess. So, freaking Fiona Apple, fetch the bolt cutters. Who's crazier, me or Fiona Apple? Because Fiona Apple is clearly kind of a nut. She's kind of a nut. She's kind of cuckoo in this album. Just look at the album cover. Actually, you know what? Let's take a look at the fucking album cover. Let's take a look at the album cover. This album cover looks like Slint Spiderland, but a little cuckoo. It's the Joker. It's the Joker of album covers. No, for real, it's a really funny cover. I like it. Cute, very 90s. Anyways, let's talk about Fiona Apple. I've been a Fiona Apple fan longer than any of you fuckers have, probably. Unless you're, like, older than me. But anyways, so, yeah, I mean, like, I even put her album, When the Pawn, her album back from the 90s, back on my greatest albums of all time list. She's been pumping out really great music since the 90s. Her album, The Idler Wheel, back in 2012. Her previous album before Fetch the Bolt Cutters that was actually the album that first got me into Fiona Apple. I was just so captivated by the strange, unconventional songwriting, the way Fiona Apple was just able to just put herself out there, sing these really strange, captivating, unconventional melodies with strange, captivating, unconventional arrangements. It was just so expressive, so authentic, so weird. Really weird, but really talented. Just a really talented, but really weird artist. And, you know, just looking through her entire discography, she's clearly a very talented musician. Great jazzy piano works with really fantastic arrangements and beautiful singing. And, well, you know, of course I was excited to see what the hell is going on in her new album, Fetch the Bolt Cutters. And basically what we're seeing is Fiona Apple is taking elements that of her previous output, which we like so much, continuing the expressive, kind of weird, quirky, explosive vocals that are just so passionate and so beautiful, with some great piano work, really unconventional arrangements, but just kind of stepping up the unconventional, the more experimental aspects of her previous songwriting. In her previous album, The Idler Wheel, we were already seeing her kind of experiment with these kind of strange, percussive, weird sounds, like in the song Hot Knife. But here in Fetch the Bolt Cutters, I'd say the one thing that makes this album stand out compared to all her other albums, and really just as an album in general, is the percussion. Okay, I guarantee you, if you read any review about this album, they're gonna use the word percussive somewhere in there. Say, oh, the drums, and they're doing it for a good reason, okay? Every song of these, even if the song tends to follow like a more straightforward, conventional song structure, which some of these songs do, some of these songs don't, beneath the vocals and the song, there's just these constant just drumming that's like almost like it's like banging on walls, clapping your hands, banging on your bodies, stomping your feet, scratching, and dogs barking, and just all sorts of unconventional percussion. It almost feels like it's a massive drum circle where everyone's just playing an unconventional instrument. And it's almost like, it's so free. It almost feels like improvised. Like a lot of the percussion here is not like, okay, we're just gonna bang on our hands and knees and loop that, and that's gonna be the beat for the entire song. No, it feels like a drum circle where everyone is improvising the entire time, and there's all sorts of new instruments being brought in and taken out. It's just constantly moving, constantly evolving. So like I said, even if it's a straightforward song structure, it has this evolution going on beneath it. There's constant shifting, this dynamic of these drums constantly moving that helps keep a song that's already pretty darn fucking good just constantly on its toes, always more details to pick up on each re-listen, like, oh, I didn't hear this kind of weird sound, this weird scratching sound on this other, I didn't hear this, I didn't hear this, lots and lots and lots of details. So what this kind of does is it's kind of like two contradicting things going on, because on one hand, a lot of these recordings of these weird percussion sounds, they feel super homemade. They feel pretty lo-fi, like the recordings, you can tell sometimes like they're not like holding the microphone in the right place. It just feels like kind of like all over the place. Feels really improvised, just really like, oh, let's just run around the house and find whatever we can to bang together, you know? So it's got this kind of like lo-fi, authentic, artsy-fartsy feel to it. But, I mean, honestly, this album just sounds fantastic. Like, there's a ton of recordings going on here, lots of different recordings of different sounds going on. it must have been a very technically difficult process to mix and master this album to make it sound so fucking good. It sounds fantastic. It doesn't sound clean and pretty like a perfect product. It sounds rough around the edge. It sounds good in like the rough around the edges, kind of like punk way. You know, like the you know, Velvet Underground way, where it's like, oh, these guys sound like they don't know what the fuck how to even fucking play their instrument, but then they're really talented. You know what I mean? Like it's good shit. And I really like that. It's very authentic. And to go along with this kind of rough, lo-fi, kind of strange, unconventional, like mixing, mastering, production, musical arrangements with all sorts of weird instruments, Fiona Apple is also like pretty like out there. Like some of the most out there, strange, weirdness we've seen from Fiona Apple with the vocal performance, like in the first song, I Want You to Love Me. The ending, she has like this Yoko Ono strange vocal breakdown, like what the fuck is she doing with her voice? Like she's just going all out, like let's just like be fucking like strange as we possibly can. And I don't think she's being weird in this album for the sake of being weird. I think it really fits together with the themes and lyrics we're getting in this album, okay? Fetch the bolt cutters. The lyrics here, some of Fiona Apple's best lyrics she has ever written. Very existentialist, very dark, very heavy, very authentic. Like there's songs here, like the opening track, I Want You to Love Me. First listen, you might think, okay, this is just like kind of just like a love song. It's a love song. But you listen and the lyrics basically are saying, we're all gonna die someday. Maybe nothing happens when you die, maybe something does. I don't fucking know. Nothing matters. But there's one thing I know for sure. I want you to love me. And that's pretty cool. It's like, it's a very existentialist, like, kind of like raw message that's like kind of like, oh, that's kind of heavy, like and you combine these like weird heavy lyrics with like the strange time signatures. Lots of really bizarre time signatures throughout this entire album. A lot of these songs are just like kind of like chants that are in like a strange time signature, just like repeated over and over again with like all sorts of weird percussion coming on. Almost feels kind of like math rocky, a little bit of progressive stuff going on there. Really cool stuff. And like I said, lyrically, like it's got dark stuff, but it ultimately like fetched the bolt cutters. The main message of this album is like, you know, like society fucking is just gonna treat you like shit. They're like, you know, a lot of like also like feminist ideas coming through of like society is gonna put expectations of you as a woman, that you gotta act a certain way and be a certain way, and you know they expect you to act a certain way, and it's, you know, like it's just like fuck all these fucking asshole idiots. They're gonna bully you your whole life, treat you like shit. They're gonna have more power than you, and you gotta just give them the finger. And it's kind of like a powerful thing. Fetch the bolt cutter, set yourself free. Very existentialist, very punk, honestly. Very like anti-clout chaser lyrics in this album. Pretty cool stuff. Fiona Apple has always been a pretty punk musician in terms of like just railing against the fucking music industry, and that really doesn't really stop here. Ironic that Pitchfork gave it a 10, but you know, whatever. So love the lyrics, love the really interesting, strange arrangements, love some of these melodies, beautiful, really catchy hooks and melodies with really strange lyrics that just are really captivating in a really weird way. And like my favorite track here is Cosmonauts the Way, like just gorgeous background vocals that are chills inducing, lots and lots of really weird background vocals, not just like a pretty melody, but like more like whoa, I didn't know I could do that, but like strange eerie background vocals, and then there's more like weird background vocals, just like lots and lots and lots of details, all sorts of strange, weird, fun sounds and percussions and packed in this album. It's just like lots of fantastic replay value. It's a long album too, dense, rich album, packed with details, textures, sounds, polyrhythms, this, that, time signatures, great lyrics, really rich lyrics. Oh, it's packed. This is a packed album with excellence. It's an excellent album. There's a fire truck going by to ruin the whole fucking review. Fuck you, fire truck. So that's fun. And it's exciting to see Fiona Apple get some attention here with this album, because if you like this album, folks, which I think a lot of people like it, and this is probably a lot of people's first time listening to Fiona Apple, please go listen to her previous albums, because they're all like, pretty fucking great, okay? This album, you know, like, I don't even think this album is like clear cut her best album. I think her other albums are all like equally as good at this as this, at least. So, pretty cool. Summing it up, great album. I won't give it a 10. I think that would be dishonest because I do feel like it's a long album. Some of these songs are a little bit less explosive, lower energy. The hooks just aren't as catchy as some other songs. But, you know, you still got all these fantastic textures and stuff that make it really enjoyable to listen to. But I just feel like the album tends to just drag just a teeny bit, just teeny tiny bit. You know, I feel like if this is not your taste, this album might be a little boring. But if it is your taste, you know, like, it's for me, I'm hooked on this album, okay? Hooked on it, I just want to listen to it. I'm so impressed with it. So I'm going to say 9.5 out of 10. Excellent work of art, excellent album. I wouldn't expect any less from Fiona Apple. Punk, cool, awesome, catchy, lots of details, high replay value, dense, rich, awesome lyrics, heavy lyrics, philosophical lyrics, fuck it, punk, anti-cloud chaser, cool, feminist, powerful, epic lyrics, and fuck all these fucking hate. I gotta say, all these fucking negative XP trolls that follow me on Twitter and just chase me down, it makes me so fucking happy to see them raging at Fiona Apple, getting a good review, getting a lot of positive attention. They're so mad, they're like, oh my god, she's only getting good reviews because she said a thing about being a feminist. Pitchfork, you can't do that. No, you fucking idiot. Wow, this album is great, okay? It's a great album. You fucking idiots. You're so stupid. You hate women so much you're missing out on great music. You fucking idiots. No, for real, folks, it's a great album. 9.5 out of 10. Thank you for watching. Go listen to it. If you don't like it, maybe try it again because there's a lot of great details. If you love it, make sure you check out other Fiona Apple stuff. If you like this review, go ahead and hit like, comment, and subscribe. Go ahead and comment saying, oh my god, you have such an ugly mustache. Oh my god, you're not real punk because you gave a artsy-fartsy album, an art pop album a 9.5, and you said you don't like pop, you only like punk. Bitch. Whoa. Whoa. Oh! This is punk. Fiona Apple is punk. I've liked Fiona Apple longer than you. Fiona Apple is more punk than most punk bands nowadays. I don't care. 9.5 out of 10. Thank you for watching Punk Revolution now.